Okay, good evening, everyone. Let me know if you can hear me. I hope my volume is good now. All right, good evening, ma'am. Good evening. Okay, all right. I can see that you can hear me now. You can see I'm trying to alternate my devices. Okay. So I'm thinking we'll just feel online. Okay, okay, okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I was about to start when the power holding decided to hold their power. So right now, they are trying to fix the light for me so that we can have a very smooth discussion and you can see me and hear me clearly. So please give me few minutes, 2 minutes, and then we start. Whether the light is up or not, in 2 minutes we are starting. By 7:10 we are starting. All right, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes, you are welcome. I am pleased to see us join me. So sorry for the itch. Lights was one of the issues that we had. So yes, they've been able to sort that for me. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for trusting me to do this topic with us. So, who can tell us? Who can tell us what are we talking about today? Do we have any expectation? Do we have any expectation? If you have expectation, let me see your expectations in the chat. Let me see your expectation. Okay, can you hear me? Please confirm that you can hear me. Please confirm that you can also see my face. So right now I'm not sharing my screen. Okay, so it's clear. Thank you. Thank you. It's clear. So I would like us to drop in our expectation. How to be a trusted adult. How can I be a trusted adult? Omoumi, how can you be a trusted adult? That is why we are here today. I am also here to learn. It's not just for you, it's for everyone, because this discussion involves each and every one of us that has one or two things to do with children. I can only see a response from one person, Deo. Oh, yeah, how to be a trusted adult. Yes, thank you. Thank you. So let me see your expectations. Let me see your expectations before we start. It's going to be a very interactive session. Yes, because it involves all of us. It involves all of us. So we're going to be talking about practical ways. What are the things that we can actually do that will make us to be a trusted adult? Yes, that is why we are here today. Are we sure you can hear me? I cannot see any comments again in my chats. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening here? Are we still 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 here? We're here to talk about how to be a trusted adult. How can I be a trusted adult? I want to say a very big thank you to everyone that participated in this discussion in the course of the week. I think from Monday or Tuesday, there was a discussion ongoing in our WhatsApp community about a trusted adult. Who is a trusted adult? Who is a trusted adult? So who knows who a trusted adult is? I saw a lot of comments about who a trusted adult is. I am going to start by reading some of the comments that we have on who a trusted adult is. Yes, the first one came from Mrs. Ometu. She said, a trusted adult is an adult that a child can confidently tell something, and he or she will give good and favorable advice to the child. Also, a trusted adult is an adult that will not mislead a child. My own opinion, according to her, she said that is her own opinion. That is her own opinion. And then another person said, a trusted adult is someone that can possibly watch your back and your mind will be at rest. Yes, a trusted adult is someone that can possibly watch your back. Possibly. Why did we have to put that word possibly? Okay, a trusted adult should be able to watch your back and your mind will be at rest. So let us remove the word possibly. Then another comment says, a trusted adult is one whom a child can confide in by telling their secrets to them, and such a person will keep such secrets. A trusted adult is one who guides a child aright. A trusted adult is one who guides a child aright. A trusted adult talks about God to a child and ensures the child abides by the principles of God's kingdom. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful comment. A trusted adult is a godly person whom a child or children can confide in, advise, or guide in a godly way, and ensure the child grows to be a trusted adult, another person's opinion. So we are having different pools of opinion, and this makes it a whole lot beautiful. An adult who can guide and correct a child to become a responsible child. So I can see that we are all tilting towards guidance, guidance, correcting a child. Yes. Another person says a trusted adult is a mature individual who is capable of understanding how a child behaves and not use the childish behavior of such a child against him or her. One who that's the person that typed this, as a parent can comfortably leave my child without fear. Beautiful. Another person says a trusted adult is an adult that I know he or she fears God and also shares my family vision and values. So we are not far from the truth. Another person says a trusted adult is someone of integrity who you can confide in, someone who won't betray your trust by spilling what you told them to the public, a person that you can see as a go-to person whenever you are in charge. So yes, we have gotten different definitions about who a trusted adult is. Different people have different views of who a trusted adult is. But who are they? Who are they? Who are they? Are we still here? If you are still here and you can still hear me, please put in the chat that you can still hear me and you are still here. You can hear me and you are here. I want to be sure that I can be heard. I want to be sure that I can be heard. I have tried to read out the pool of responses that we got in the course of the week about this beautiful topic. And this is to tell us that we all have great ideas, we have great opinions about this fantastic topic. Now, what we are here to do is to put it all together. So, right now, I cannot see any responses. Okay, I am here and I can hear you. Thank you. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you, ma. So, who are trusted adults? Who are trusted adults? We generally believe that a trusted adult is someone that enjoys close proximity to a child. From all the things that we have listed, usually somebody that is very close to the child. The parents, talking about the father and the mother. Yes, I can see that you are here. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Uncles, aunties, teachers, pastors, children church teachers. These are the general people that we have assumed are trusted adults because they have close proximity to the child. So we have naturally conferred them this chieftaincy title of being a trusted adult. So we see people that are not trusted adults as strangers, I'm very sure. And we tell our children, beware of strangers because you cannot trust them. It's true. Strangers cannot really be trusted because there are things that you might not know about the strangers. But that does not necessarily mean that the strangers are not trusted adults. And most times we tell our children that your teachers, your uncle are trusted adults. thinking that once they have close proximity through those relationships, they are already trusted adults. I must tell you, we are really not far from the truth. But what we have found out is that no adult should, by virtue of proximity or by virtue of closeness of relationship that the adult shares with the child, no adult should be conferred a trusted adult automatically until you have proven that truly this person is a trusted adult. And we're going to see it. We're going to see it in the course of this discussion today. The people in this category have been trusted by virtue of their position. And that is why some of them have been able to wreak havoc on the children. We have seen situations where teachers, friends, family friends, uncles have wreaked havoc on children. And we have given them this blanket certification that they are trusted adults by virtue of the proximity that they have had with our children. In fact, some fathers have used these kind of opportunities to molest their children. Some teachers, some uncles, some aunties have done the same. Some mothers and dads have neglected their children totally. So somebody should go back to the group and remind others to join us. They should not miss this beautiful discussion that we are hearing today and we are having today. Please go back to the group and type, join us, we are live. Yes. So we have given our children to predators in the name of giving them to protectors, because we did not actually identify who these people are. Some teachers have taken advantage of the innocence of children. And it is very important to note that a child's innocence is not the same as their nativity. Some children are naive, yes, but they are totally innocent. So what is even innocence in the first place? Innocence actually means believing in the good of everyone, thinking that everyone is meant to be in a place of dignity. So some children actually think that, oh, because you are my teacher, because you are my school teacher, because you are my children's teacher, because you are my uncle, because you are my auntie, you automatically have dignity. The heart of children, they are very pure, they are innocent, and that is the way they deal with everyone they come in contact with. That is what they believe. But because of this simple belief, a lot of children have been betrayed on a daily basis, regularly. Are we still here? Are we still here? It's not actually meant to be, they are not meant to be betrayed. They are not. They are meant to be empowered. They are meant to be strengthened. But that's not the same as being naive. They can see everything that is happening to them on a daily basis. They are aware of everything that is happening to them. And the innocence of a child is the capacity to solely rely on other people's promises on the basis of who children believe they are. Immediately you keep your child somewhere in a school, in the church, and you turn your back. You keep them in the school and you turn your back. The children automatically believe that your judgment is right. Alas, some children have been betrayed. They have been betrayed. They have been betrayed. And a lot of adults have capitalized on children's innocence. Even parents, they have capitalized on children's innocence and put them in the care of people that they categorize as trusted adults. It's a very interesting thing. When we automatically assume that these people are here because we've met them, we've seen who they are, we automatically conclude that they can be trusted. I can tell you today, many adults have become predators. Many adults. And research has shown that predators are not strangers. Please put it in the comment section. Predators are not strangers. Are we there? Predators are not strangers. They are simply people that we have conferred the title of being a trusted adult. We are the ones that conferred that title on them, that they are trusted adults, by virtue of their relationship, by virtue of who they claim to be, by virtue of who we think they are, or by virtue of who they present themselves to be. We automatically trusted them. Yes, thank you. My network. Please let me know if you can still hear me. My network is showing it's showing that my network is really bad. I don't know if you can still hear me. Okay, okay. I'm trying to change the network. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I am audible. Thank you so much. So a misplaced trust is not supposed to be rewarded by a betrayal of trust. Instead, a misplaced trust is rewarded with lack of protection. And having said all of this, who then is a trusted adult? Who then is a trusted adult? So I'm going to take the definition of a trusted adult. This is not based on dictionary definition or Wikipedia or whatever it is. It is what it is. A trusted adult is an adult who has submitted himself or herself or has been submitted to a child protection system and its protocols. That is what qualifies him or her to be a trusted adult. Let me take that definition again. A trusted adult is an adult who has submitted himself or herself to a child protection system and protocols. That is what qualifies him to be a trusted adult. If you heard that definition, please put it in the chat. A trusted adult is an adult who has submitted himself or herself to a child protection system and its protocols. That is what qualifies him or her to be a trusted adult. Did anybody hear that definition? So there is something called child protection system. There is a protocol for child protection. The only set of people that qualifies to be a trusted adult is an adult who has submitted or who is ready to submit himself or herself to a child protection system and policies and protocols. And we can only do all of this by arriving at a policy for organizations. We can do this by arriving at a family constitution for families. Nobody got that definition. I cannot see that definition in the chat. I said a who has submitted himself or herself to child protection, any organization, any system, any child organization that does not have a child protection system and its protocols is not fit. That is what it is. We can only do by arriving at a documented policy. A documented policy. Can I still be heard? Can I still be heard, please? My network is really dilly-dallying. My network is doing drama. It's a lie. We're going to have this conversation. Okay. Okay, I'm still audible. Thank you so much for their families. So what's a family constitution? A family constitution is very simple. It simply defines what care means. What are we responsible for? What are we responsible for in this family? What does care mean to us in this family? That is what a family constitution is all about. And we're not supposed to look at the extremes alone. I know the extremes that comes to our mind majorly is sexual abuse. But if it boils down to the basic things that we do for our children, not just that extreme. The extreme is also very important, but that is not the only thing. A trusted adult will never ever subject a child to physical, emotional, neglect, any form of abuse whatsoever. So those of us that use cane, that still use cane, that still spank, we are not trusted adults. We are not. It means that we don't even expect a child to make mistakes. We don't even expect a child to err. We expect a totally perfect child. That is why we physically abuse them. In fact, some people abuse their children verbally and they are not even conscious of it. Their words every day hit deep and cut the flesh of the child. And then we assume in our minds that we are trusted adults. No, we are not. To be a trusted adult, you never subject any child, no matter what the child. I had a discussion in the course of the week with my I think I was in a WhatsApp, and then they were trying to tell me that there was an argument that happened between an adult and a child. And then the adult assumed that he had already, been patient enough for this child. At a point, the adult pushed the child. The child fell. Yes, the child was also speaking back to the adult and all of that. Everybody in the environment of the child was saying, "Oh, what the child did was wrong." Yes, this adult had done well. No. No matter what it is that the child has done, a trusted adult will never subject any child to any form of abuse, whether physical, whether emotional, whether sexual, whether neglect, any form of abuse whatsoever. Any adult in whose care A child is not protected from all forms of abuse, is not trusted. If you have a child in your care and that child is not protected from all forms of abuse, then you are not a trusted adult. Let's begin to look inwards, not just at the extreme alone. What am I doing for my children that is not making me trusted? Am I actually intentional in protecting my children or any child in my care? Whether the adult is the one perpetrating the evil, the abuse, or the adult is the one allowing the abuse. Some of us will be in a place where a child is being abused and we just walk away. We are just not bothered. We just don't care. Maybe because the child did not come from you. No child deserves to be abused. Please put it in the comments. No child deserves to be abused. No child, whether physical, whether emotional, whether needed, whatever form of abuse that we are talking about here, no child deserves to be abused. So if you're an adult, you have a child in your care, and you allow that child to be abused at any point in time, then you are not a child that prepares the ground for the abuse. That's the number one person, the number one culprit. The person that prepared the ground for the abuse. Some of you will leave your child in the care of a neighbor that is not a trusted adult, and has been abusing your child. It's not only sexual. Remember, I've just said it. Emotional, physical, verbal abuse. No child deserves that. So if you are the one preparing your child, preparing the ground for your child to be abused, then you are a culprit. Then number two person is the person that committed the abuse. We said number one is the person. Number two, the person who committed the abuse. And number three, the person that is just a way of whatever it is that we say. You cover the abuse, and then your child is just looking at you. And then I think the week to her wedding, she started developing cold feet. She now decided to speak what was happening to her. And then what happened was that there was a close family member that molested her while she was very young, I think between 10 and 15 years. And the mother knew about it. This person was still living in their house. The father was the one sending this person to school. The child raised the alarm the first time and told the mother. The mother said, "Don't worry, let's just leave it. If your daddy hears, he's going to kill this boy." Because I think the man is a military man. He's not always around. And if he hears, he's going to stop paying the school fees of the boy. So because of that, this girl has developed hatred for her mother. And she did not tell the father all the while until that time. Then the reason why she was not happy was that she said she had resented the mother since then. And the mother did not even know. She was just living her life and felt, all is well. And then the reason why she didn't want to go into that marriage was because she didn't want her mother to be the one seated as the bride's mom. She wanted another person. Now, how does she convey that message to her father that she doesn't want her mother? It was rather unfortunate, because the mother covered the abuse. She was brutally hurt. but who is going to salvage the situation. So these three culprits are the major culprits that alters the direction of a child's life. The person that prepares the ground for abuse, the person that committed the abuse, and the person that covered the abuse. No child is permitted to be abused in our presence. Yes, thank you. No child deserves to be abused. Are we still here? Are we still listening? Are we still hearing me? I hope my network is not altered. Thank you for still following. Thank you for being here. So a trusted adult actually provides protection. They ensure, yes, thank you, sir, thank you, ma. They ensure that the tools of abuse are removed. They ensure that this child is not exposed to abuse. That is what a trusted adult does. And it doesn't necessarily have to be your own biological child. Any child whatsoever needs to be protected. Yes, there are times that we make normal human error. Nobody is perfect, remember. We are all learning. We have made errors, but owning up as an adult is actually an adult that is ready to learn. I have seen a situation where, okay, I was telling somebody, why did you beat your child? He said, yes, he beat his child because he's his child. He's the one paying school fees. He's the one that gave birth to the child after all. And then he felt beating that child was the only thing that was going to correct the child. And he told me, he said, for as long as the child keeps repeating that mistake, he will continue to beat the child. In this age and time, are we for real right now? So if you're an adult and you are not admitting your normal human error, you are not ready to learn. If you are aware of anyone abusing a child and you stand and protect the child, you stand and protect the child, then you are a trusted adult. So now let me ask us, are you a trusted adult? Am I a trusted adult? Let's look inwards now from everything that we have discussed. A trusted adult. Am I a trusted adult? Let's ask ourselves this simple question. The question looks so simple, but I tell you, it is the one that determines our level in terms of the trust that the innocence of a child has on us. We have religious organizations that have children church or schools. They just bring people together and they confer chieftaincy title of trusted adults on them. And they begin to relate with the child based on our permission. Meanwhile, they do not have the capacity to protect the child from abuse. They are still dealing with their own personal childhood issues. They don't even know who they are themselves. These adults we are talking about. They don't even know where they are going. They are confused about themselves. They do not even know what discipline is. They don't even understand what discipline means. They themselves, they are a disaster waiting to happen. And these are the same people that will confer the title of trusted adults on. So it is important to begin to look into prevention of a child from abuse. I tell you, cure is never sure. Cure is never sure. Prevention is the best. Prevention of abuse is the best. Cure is never sure. There's no adults that have gone through childhood trauma, childhood abuse that does not come back to reflect on such scenarios. Even some of us do. So why do we want to put a child through such a traumatic experience? We must do everything within our power to protect a child, because prevention is easier, is cheaper than cure. Cure is never prevention. Cure is never sure. Yes, prevention is the best. Cure is never sure. Most children have been damaged from emotional abuse. People just talk to them. We call our children olodo, we call our children orobo, we call our children names that you can never even imagine, and we are so good with it. Any little thing the child does, we use it to just talk to them. That alone can traumatize a child. Such a person is not a trusted adult. So it is very important that we must put in place systems that has been codified into policies, and use this to scrutinize anyone that shows up in a child-focused organization or in our homes, our nannies, our drivers, anyone whatsoever. They come in, they want to volunteer to be a staff. Some of them want to lead the organization. Even in our families, they just want to be a father, they just want to be a mother, they just want to be an uncle. They don't have any principle. They are not disciplined people. And these are the people that we leave our children with. They are going to mess up the child. How do we even release our children for a family, or with a family that you have not checked to know whether they have a child protection system in place that is well understood by everyone in the family, and we allow our children to go for sleepovers in such a home? How do we confirm that all the adults in that home are trusted adults? How did we arrive at that decision? What metrics did we use? That you will leave your child and turn back? For anyone that does that without confirming, without checking whether this person or these people that I'm leaving my daughter, my son, or this girl or this boy with is a trusted adult, then it means that the person himself is not a trusted adult. The parents themselves are not a trusted adult. So to be able to do all of this, you will need to arrive at a documented family constitution that shows the boundaries of your values, the boundaries of your constitution. And it should be only those people who are in alliance or like in compliance with your own values. That should be the only people you can vouch for as trusted adults. And you can release your child to them and turn back. Are we still here? Are we still here? Everywhere is quiet. The chat room is quiet. Are we still here at all? Let me see if we are still here. Okay. Thank you, sir. You are still here. Okay. Thank you. And it's also very important that we must watch our intuition. If you notice any doubts, or you think your child will not be able to withstand the environment you are putting them, because maybe you notice an unsuspecting adult in that environment, please don't release your child to them. Even if it's a family that you understand their values, everything is going on fine. But you got there and you are seeing somebody different. And your gut, your intuition is telling you you are not sure the way this person looks. Please don't release your child to them. Don't second guess yourself in that situation. You are almost 100% correct. Your gut is telling you that something is not going right. We must have a yardstick that we can use to measure a trusted adult. If you don't have that yardstick, you must get it. You must acquire skills. And that's why we say you should join the academy, so that you'll be committed to do the work. You have to be committed to do the work. You need to join an accountability system. It's important to note that it takes a trusted adult to identify another trusted adult. If you are not a trusted adult yourself, you will assume that everybody around you is a trusted adult and they are good to go. If your child ends up with an adult that you have just labeled, it's because you have made yourself available to those adults that are not trusted. It is only a myopic adult that will confer on another person the title of a trusted adult. You don't confer that title on them because they are parents, because they are clergymen or women, because they are teachers, because they are a friend, because they are a community leader, or because they are a school director, or because they are a school owner. No, you don't do that. Don't confer the title of a trusted adult on anyone because of all of this. A trusted adult ensures that the execution of policies are in favor of the child. It must be in the favor of the child. I am working towards making myself a trusted adult. Yes, I am a trusted adult, and I'm still working on myself. I might not be relating 100% with children right now, but there is no child that will pass my face or smell my nose that I will allow just anything to happen to. It will not happen. Even if I don't relate to them directly, even if I don't come in contact with them, I know what it takes to protect a child. So let me ask you, do you also know what it takes? Do you think it's about locking them up in the house? No, that's not what it is. Do you know how not to leave your children with careless people? Can you even identify a careless person? If you don't gather skills, knowledge on how to do all of this, you will continue to deceive yourself in the process. Leaving your child in the hands of those that do not care for their own children or children around them, if you do that, then you are not a trusted adult. We call some people godfathers, godmothers. We certify them. We gave them that chieftaincy title. We call them automatic trusted adults. We don't even know who they are. We don't even know whether they are committed to child protection. We drop our children in the care of these people without knowing them. We are not doing our children any favor. We must refuse to trust people on the basis of who they claim to be, or on the basis of the relationship they claim to have with or share with children. We have seen people in the children's church, in the schools, people that even run programs for children, still abusing children. And remember, I have said, it's not only the extremes. physical, emotional, verbal, whatever form of neglect is an abuse. Any adult that allows that to happen or provides the ground for it to happen or covers it is not a trusted adult. Are we still here? I will be looking forward to have questions by the time we are done. And we'll soon be done. We'll soon be done, don't worry. I hope we're enjoying this session. I know we're preparing for work tomorrow, so I will be rounding up as fast as possible. I want us to be on the lookout for these adults. A trusted adult does not physically abuse children. They don't emotionally abuse children. They don't sexually abuse children. They don't make life miserable for a child. And for us, adults that abandon our children in a place, we abandon our children in a country, it does not matter whatever reason that makes us to do it. We are not trusted adults. We are not trusted adults. These children did not apply to be born. I still told somebody this morning, she was not happy with me. These children did not apply to be born. We were the ones that applied for them. We begged to apply. We begged to apply. Alas, they are here. And then we're giving excuses on the reasons why we cannot be there for them. Are we for real? We put our children in swimming classes. We take our children to recreational centers. We don't even look back. Most of these places have people who don't have values, who don't care who our children is or how we are raising our children. All they care about is how to molest the child. We went for a swimming session yesterday. I saw the way some parents drop their children for the swimming instructor. They were somewhere gisting. Whatever happened to their children inside that water did not concern them. They trusted the adults automatically. They must be good people, right? That's what we have done for our children. I must tell you, at anywhere, at any point, anyone that works with a child at one point or the other must be properly trained to do it. Not just for them to train in their field. They must be trained to learn how to work with a child because children are innocent. Children believe that everyone has dignity. Many adults don't even know what it means to be a trusted adult. So that's why it's difficult for them to identify who a trusted adult is. That was why on the group we're asking, who is a trusted adult? Some people find it difficult to even answer that simple question because they are not trusted adults. They don't even know how to identify who a trusted adult is, or they are not even sure of themselves. I see a comment. A trusted adult does not molest a child. A trusted adult does not call a child negative names. Yes, thank you, ma. A trusted adult does not call a child negative names. A trusted adult does not neglect a child. A trusted adult does not verbally abuse a child, does not emotionally abuse a child. They don't sexually abuse a child under any reason. So, being a trusted adult is a function of those that have submitted themselves to a child protection system that has been codified into a policy. And every family must have a family constitution that factors the protection of the child in place. And that would also determine who you want to relate with. a family you want to trust, it should be documented in your family constitution. Your child must know about it, so that when your child gets to a place and sees anything strange, you can say, no, this is not in our family constitution. This is not in our family constitution. This is strange. And then they can talk to you about it, because you can never say. That's why you must never assume. Some people, they behave well, they look well, but they speak bad things, negative things to our children. They speak terrible words to our children, because that's the same way somebody has spoken to them when they were younger. So it has become their own nature. They don't see anything bad in it anyways. They believe that's the best way to discipline a child. That's their own definition of discipline. No, a trusted adult is a function of those who have submitted themselves to child protection system codified into a policy. It must be documented. I was asking in my child's school, do you have a child protection system? The the head teacher was shocked. I'm sure they have not seen anybody ask them that question. Child protection system. They said they've been trained. I said, no, documented child protection system policy. Documented. It's supposed to be documented. Most of our schools don't have it. I'm sure most of us have never even asked. We've never even asked. We just assume they've trained them. They've trained them. I'm sure you know that most schools where children have had issues, they've also trained those teachers. In fact, some very, very, very expensive schools, they've trained them. Alas, children have been abused. So every family must have a family constitution that factors the protection of the child in place. That will determine who you will relate with as a family. That will determine who you will drop your children with. They are the only ones that can be confirmed as a trusted adult. And you have to review it on a regular basis. Like I said, they can bring in people into their family. And then those people, you never know what they know. You never know what they can do. So you need to keep checking. Don't allow your child to go for sleepovers if you are not sure whether the family has a child protection system in place. Most families don't have it, I must tell you. But it is time for us to begin to discuss it, because that would actually help in protecting our children. On this note, I want to say thank you for listening to me. And I want to take our questions at this time. Questions, questions, questions. Do I have questions? Do I have questions? Do I have questions? Questions, 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 questions. What have we learned today? What are we going to start doing from now? What are we going to stop doing from now? What are we going to continue to do from now? Anyone? Thank you for educating us. Thank you, Ma, for being here. Thank you so much, Ma, for being here. So our commitments from now. Are we going to begin to look out for everyone our children are going to come in contact with? Are we going to start, advocating for other children around us? Are we vouching to become a trusted adult? How can I be a trusted adult? I can only see one person's response. Thank you for educating us. Thank you for being here. I am sincerely grateful. Thank you and thank you. Providing financially is not enough to be a trusted adult. Yes, sir. It's not enough. Yes, some daddies particularly believe that once I've given you money, that should be all. No, that's a financial donation. If you do that, you are making financial donation. It doesn't confirm the title of a trusted adult. We have work to do. Parenting is hard, though. I'm not going to lie to us. It's hard. It's a lot of work. And for us to have committed ourselves to bringing the child to the world, we must be committed to parent effectively. And on this note, I want to say thank you. I can't see any questions. We can ask our questions in the group if we have any. We can call it a day from here. Thank you very much. Okay, my take home is to be intentional about who to leave my children with. Are they really trusted adults? Yes, yes. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you. We need so much, ma. Thank you. We need to consciously ask ourselves every day, are they trusted adults? Can you trust them? Do they have what it takes? Yes, they must have what it takes. If they don't have what it takes, then they are not qualified to be trusted adults. They are not qualified to be trusted adults. Yes, I want to say thank you. Thank you. We need to prepare for tomorrow's work. Have a beautiful evening. Bye. See you later.